Hello, this is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest, the best show on social media. But for right now, I'm the best show on YouTube. What's going on, people? Glad to come to you again on another rainy morning. And if you haven't, please go ahead below the screen, hit that subscribe button, because it's like there's a lot going on in this world right now that is just not cool. And this is one of them. Let's see, hopefully this music isn't too loud, but you know. All right, let's do this. And look at the good discussion right here. Alicia Keys, doing what every great, awesome parent does and takes to social media every time she has a concern. Apparently, she the other day went to the nail salon and took her son Genesis, and her son Genesis was like, I want my nails painted the rainbow color. Oh, funny, he should put rainbow. But anyway, when it was done and he had his nails painted, he looked at his nails and said, let me go ahead and take this back. I think something is wrong with this. And his mother turns around and is like, why? Oh, it's such an amazing idea. You shouldn't care what people think. Like, really? Now, think about it this way. When a child becomes uncomfortable with something, what do? You immediately solve the situation for the child. You don't push them further down the rabbit hole. And that's exactly what she does. She pushed her son down the fucking rabbit hole. And the thing is, with these celebrity women and what they're doing with their sons is like, this is becoming a trend. Like, I don't get this. It's like I don't understand what's going on. It's like, but at the same time, I do kind of understand what's going on. It's like, it's this neo-feminist movement shit that's, telling, little boys and young men that it's not okay to have some masculinity about you. In fact, they use the dog whistle, toxic masculinity, to demonize masculinity. And what you need masculinity for strength. And, people act like that's so wrong to say. It's like, to endorse masculinity within our sons. Who's going to be your protectors in the future if you turn around and you encourage your sons to do stuff like that? And I'm like, poor children, like, leave kids alone. I mean, it's like you have these boys, they grow up just like they grow up funny, and I don't mean anything particular about funny, but and then let me tell you something, women like Alicia Keys, they encourage this shit, and then when they're not getting what they want out of men when they get older, and then they're doing the little shaming shit like Tamar Braxton just did. I'll probably do a video on that too, but let me show you this Instagram post where she talks about her frustrations with what people think about the individuality of 4-year-olds. All right. This is the Graham post. Damn it, these billboards. Let me pause the music for a second so you can hear this. Shit sounds crazy. I mean, just listen to it, man. It's like a cocaine rant, like it like turned down a little bit. I don't get this shit. All right, here we go.
The other day, I went to the nail salon with Genesis. He's in the chair and he's like, I want
Genesis is the name of her
rainbow.
son.
So he tells the lady that he wants rainbow colors on his nails. And she brings all of these colors and she paints each nail a different color. And after he painted his nails, he looked at me and said, Mommy, I don't want this on my nails. And I was like, why? You were so sure you're good. And he was like, people are not gonna like it.
Okay. As soon as the child said, "I don't want this on my nails," they should have immediately took it off. And I mean, like painting your nails, like that's seen as a feminine thing to do. Maybe he likes to, like maybe he likes to run outside and get dirty, play like other little boys play, you know, and it's not something for me to sit up there and comment on what goes on in their house and what doesn't go on in their house. But, when you make something public like this, you are subject to the court of public opinion, just like when T.I. did that last week. Now, I noticed the failed sisterhood ain't saying nothing about this because they love this kind of stuff. They love like seeing, little boys being put in dresses and, little boys being effeminate, becoming effeminate. And like I said, years and years later, when you don't get what you want to out of men, then you're complaining about men, and particularly black men, going on another anti-black man sentiment because y'all act like y'all don't know how to raise boys for real. So let's continue with this bullshit.
Can you believe this? 4 years old. He's four.
I'm glad she could observe the fact that he's 4 years old. But it's like this. Instead of, here's what she does instead of letting him take charge of his what he wants. Because in order for the little boy at 4 years old to even say that in the first place, he had to have taken charge of what he wanted. And then when he did it, he immediately became uncomfortable with it. And the reason why I say it is people aren't gonna like this. But when you look at your smiley face mother, oh my God, this is so great. Oh man. Maybe he didn't want to tell his mother, well, you know what? I don't like it. I see you're happy with it. And a lot of times kids do that. They'll do something just to make their parents happy, but they won't like it. But they'll do it to make their parents happy. I mean, not if you're, an assertive if you don't have an assertive 5 year old like I do, but this kid is 4, a year younger than my kid. And he's already come up with, okay, I don't like this, I want it off. But instead of Alicia Keys again supporting her son's decision, here's what she does.
And he already understands the concept that someone's going to judge him because he chose rainbow color on his nails. And I told him, why? Nobody's.
Okay, if you're frustrated about people judging you, then don't go outside. Every time you step outside, someone is judging you somewhere. I mean, we shame people for judging, but at the same time, we always judge folks no matter what. Here you go.
Gonna judge it. They're gonna love it. It's so cool. Like, look how creative you are. Look how amazing you had this idea. Stick with it. You chose.
Okay, your kid said it was no longer cool. So, like I said, why is it okay? What else does it look like when adults coerce children into things that they don't want to do? Yes, it's very. I mean, once you start thinking about that kind of thing and the various things that could happen when you try to coerce a child into doing something, then you'll come up with probably some sick stuff. Excuse me. Hold on. All right, let me finish this. This has almost 2 more minutes on it. I want you to finish, and then I'll give my final thoughts, and then and then like if I have any comments or I'll address those, and we'll get on with our day. So let's just watch the rest of it. Let me see what impassionate speech that she had about this.
It. You liked it. You do it. Who cares what anybody else says?
He no longer likes it.
And so I said, plus, a lot of guys paint their nails. This is not like some strange thing that you only do. He was like, really? I was like, yeah, so many, so many. And that made him feel better. But it just got me to thinking how completely judged we are all the time. The way I see it is that There is masculine and there's feminine energies inside of us all, and that's period. That's just how it is. And it gets concerning to me that we can't just explore these different sides of ourselves, these different energies that are within us. And even for me, myself, I oftentimes express the masculine energy that's inside of me. And it's
Let me stop it again. I know I said I will, I said I would let the rest of it play. And she's talking about the masculine energy inside of her. Why do women even care about being masculine, except for the fact that they want to be just like men in a lot of cases? Like, yeah, I do admit some women have masculine energy. Some women have too much masculine energy. Yeah, that's the really angry, truculent, belligerent ones that always jump in men's faces, thinking that they can fight those motherfuckers, and they can't. So why is this growing sentiment that women are trying to be just like men? Why can't women be just like women, and why can't men just be like men? But then it's also women deciding this stuff for their children. I mean, it's not necessarily men and fathers. Now, where is Swizz Beats on this? Like, see, yeah, I'll make a point about that after. It's only a minute left.
very natural to me. That's how I feel. And all the time, if that happens, there's the judgments and there's the stereotypes and there's all the energy that comes toward that. And for my boys, similar. If they want to express the feminine energy that's inside of them, there's all these judgments and all these rules and stereotypes and vibes. And it's really frustrating to me. I'm actually really, really frustrated about it. And I ask myself, why is that? Like, why can't we just express the different energies that are inside us? This
Because he changed his mind. Your 4-year-old kid had enough sense to change his mind about something that he no longer wanted to do. Now, as a kid, sometimes you do things you think they're going to be cool. And at the same time, once you do them, then you automatically just become uncomfortable with it and you never, ever, ever revisit it. You know, it's like when like you're 8, 9. This is for some of you. I'm not saying this is for me. This is for some of you. I've heard about this kind of stuff. Like it's like kissing cousins. You know. And I know you've heard of a kissing cousin. I can only imagine you kiss your cousin and then like, okay, although you feel like it's some great shit, like immediately you become uncomfortable afterwards and be like, oh, okay, let me go ahead and repress this memory right here. Now, Genesis named after, I'm guessing, the Bible verse. You know, probably, like I said, had that same level of discomfort. But no, mommy, yeah, no, yeah, why don't you do it? Why don't you express yourself? Oh my gosh, why you have to go through gender and media constructs and be judged? No, what you're doing is you're preparing your son for an extremely difficult life.
is a very normal, ancient, powerful, spiritual understanding that we all have masculine and feminine energies, and we should be able to explore and express them however we want to. What do you think? That was my rant. It's a major rant. I did that.
Mm, 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 this is why a lot of decisions need to be taken. I mean, I'm gonna put it to you like this. It's like this. Nobody's going to sit there and continue to argue with people on how to raise their children. But the thing is, though, don't drop suggestions on how everyone else should be raising theirs. As long as they're not breaking a law or anything like that, then okay, fine. But putting it out there on social media, it's like I don't see as much outrage for something like this as compared to something what happened with Ti. Because see, this right here is kind of predatory. It's like you're putting nail polish on your children. And I mean, according to her, her son wanted to do it at first, thought it would be a cool thing, and once he did it, he was like, at that, like looking at his hands, and Sometimes boys like are boys. Like, they run around, they get dirty, they fall, they scrape their knees, they get hurt a little bit, they shake it off at the end of the day, wear their little band-aid. And girls are icky, and doing things that girls do is an immediate red flag. You know, why can't she let her son grow up to be a regular little boy? Serious. I hate when parents push this crap on children. It's like, me personally, I'm just saying, look, just let nature take its course. Focus on the kid not being a violent bully, you know, and put some balance in it. These women are insecure about the strength and masculinity of a man, and they're taking it out on their sons, and that shit needs to stop. Period. I mean, hell, I don't have a son, but I've always told people consistently, I will have the courage to stick up for my son. I'm not going to let society's pressure make my son into something that he doesn't want to be, but I don't have a son. And I've also said in the past, I'm so glad I have a daughter because they're attacking these sons on a psychological level constantly, 24/7. And they're using these celebrities examples to do it. It's about softening up black men, period. It's a wide campaign. Look at the TV shows these days. It's like, how many TV shows you see good masculine hetero black men or boys trying to be boys? Don't tend like let me put you like this. Look at the show Blackish. Look at the show Blackish. You got Anthony Anderson. Yeah, he's the star, of course. So but there's not a whole lot of machismo coming from him. But then look at the oldest son. The oldest son is a spaz. Like, he's not an authoritarian. He's not the role model older big brother like I had. You know, it's just that it seems like society is trying to make black sons soft, and we see this, and it's like, and it's coming with an increased stupidity. Okay, so like I said, this is why black men need to start leading the community and their families, because if you leave the leadership role, to the sons in the matriarchal area, then this is the kind of thing that will continue to happen. I'm not saying all, because y'all love to, you go say not all, and then the person that's saying not all, that's the hit dog right there. That's the hit dog. This is the person that's doing this. Yeah. Also, fellas, man, you can't you can't sit up there and invest in every pretty thick woman out there. It's just like, sometimes you got to go for the one that, just like this to me. Okay, let's explain Swizz Beats for a second. Swizz Beats left his wife Mashonda for Alicia Keys. Just like I think Dwayne Wade broke up with his woman to get with Gabrielle Union. And look at what happens. They immediately like, oh, I do that. I can do anything I want. I want a girl. It's like living vicariously through your children. It's like, it's like, I feel like, growing up as an instrument player when I was a kid, sometimes I felt like I was forced into it because, my dad played an instrument. Now, although that's not quite as bad, this is the same style stuff, but you're getting into more devious territory. And what I'm saying is, for our community and for our families, we need to nip shit like this in the bud, because if you start throwing off the balance, then it's bad things are gonna happen. Yeah, and then the increasing stupid sentiment known as anti-black man sentiment will continue, because it is really a huge attack on our credibility and our masculinity. And a lot of that, I mean, you complain about these guys all day and all night, but then you see behavior like this. This ain't just with celebrities, man. This is in your everyday average, semi matriarchal black family setting. You have women who are insecure about masculinity because Deep down themselves, they want to be not exactly men, but they want to be as imposing as men is. And some women figure the only way to do that is to effeminize men, lifting yourself up by putting down men. That's what we see a lot of the time. But I'm done with the whole Alicia Keys thing for right now. I think that it's a damn shame. Okay, what's the next celebrity black mom that's gonna sit up there and try to screw up her son for everyone to see? And then oh yeah, one last thing. I really hate when people have a different opinion on what she's doing, and then you got all these other people out here. Who cares? Who cares what everybody thinks? You know what she asked at the end of the video? What do you guys think? Okay, let me play that again. Let me see if I can find the spot. What do you guys think? Oh, wait a minute. See if I can find that spot. When she said, "What do you guys think?" Because everybody's always like, "Oh, she does what she wants. It's her business. Why is everybody commenting?" Okay, let's listen to it again.
We all have masculine and feminine energies, and we should be able to explore and express them however
All of us have them, but hey, you know what? It's like a 95 5 cent per split with me. 5% feminine, the rest of it all man.
we want to. What do you think? That was my rant. It's a major rant. I did that.
Did you hear though? She said, "What do you think?" So all these little articles, all these people on social media commenting, "Who cares what everybody thinks?" She asked. So people try to do this social justice bullshit and don't even fucking think. Yeah. So let me get off the screen. Yeah. Okay. All right. I got some comments. Let's address these comments. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm gonna ask what y'all think. What y'all think of stupid Alicia Keys right now? All right. Wow. DJ Gaffel, sad state that we're in. I'm gonna respond to that. Yes, but actually, it's up to us. It's gonna have to be up to us because, um, well, it's up to us to do this. If we relied on celebrities, um, then we'll all be fucked. We'll all be fucked. Okay. Oops. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. All right. God's word saves seven. Alicia Keys is officially canceled. Yeah, she's canceled in my book. I don't even want to go back and listen to a woman's worth, even though I feel like I'm pretty good on what a woman's worth is. It's like I can't hear from Alicia Keys. I mean, she needs to start saying stuff like, "What's a child's worth?" Like, yeah. And here's another thing. It says female child abuser. How much is female child abuse visited in our community? It's not often. It's something that is always pretty much thrown off on the men. Period. When you think of an abuser of children, guess what? You think of men. You don't like people don't think of women, and a lot of that is due to media feminism. Media feminism doesn't allow you to see women as abusers, and you never think of it that way. But yeah, there's a bunch of cases out there where women abuse children and even sometimes results in death. But these stories are never emphasized upon. And I think it's sad. We do emphasize enough on the male child abusers and we lock them bitches up. Period. Nobody's saying that they should be free because they're guys. I'm just saying, if okay, let's put it like this. Every time we speak of women in sort of a bad light, then there's always some woman out there saying the men too, the men too, the men too. Now I'm saying the women too, especially when it comes to kids. Especially when it comes to kids. No adult person should ever be imposing their will and try to live vicariously through a child, especially trying to change the way that child feels in his head, because that causes confusion. That causes confusion. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. God word save seven. Violence teachers with students SMH. I saw a video last night of this black teacher that like whooped this white girl student to sleep, and people say it was the N word. She, and people were like, well, you can't just go around saying the N word, but they did arrest her. So, people are split on that. But, you know, hello, reigning woman. How are you doing? Okay, she says, I have celebrity friends and I'm very careful in conversation and hanging out with them. Love from a distance. At DJ, she was talking to DJ Gaffel. Well, like I've never seen DJ Gaffel be in any of my chats, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. We try to have regular broadcasts on a regular basis, not just me, but Roger Stevens and Donnie. Those are the other two guys I work with. We call ourselves the habitual line steppers. We are we want to impact the black sector of YouTube in a way that gives you a welcome change or a different option. If you like what the norm is, we're here to give you a different option and a different perspective. And we have pretty good material. So DJ Galfel, man, thanks for thanks for being here, but brother, same thing with God's Word Save Seven, same thing with Rainy Woman, and whoever else is watching, man, I appreciate you tuning in to me. You could be doing a bunch of other things, but you chose to take your time out of your day to come listen to what I have to say, and that is always appreciated right there. And God Word Save Seven, you're damn right. She doesn't know the worth of a child. It's like we have to, we have, like I said, my concern is the kids. We have to look out for our children. I mean, because they are the future. Because one day we're going to get too old to even hold our bathroom stuff in, and who's going to be there to help us is going to be the kids. So what we need to do is we need to what we need to do in cases like this is we need to do what's best for our children. We know what's out there and what's deviant. We don't even like to talk about kids like having sex in high school. Why would you like this? Why would anyone like this? The boy said, I'm immediately uncomfortable. Immediately uncomfortable. When a child is immediately uncomfortable, do what you can to make the child comfortable again. Don't push that shit on your child. And that's what Alicia Keys did. She pushed it on her child. She made sure her child stuck with it. He wanted to back out the same way he wanted to go in. So what was wrong with her? What was wrong with him wanting to back out the same way he went in? But you know what? You know what though? That's just how it is. I mean, that's just how it is. And like I said, I want to be a much better parent than all these folks. Let's see. And look, and ASCII classy black man. If I'm not mistaken, that's Mr. Research. What's up, guy? Um, Keys want Magic Johnson's son as a bestie. Yeah, man. Okay, now, wouldn't you agree that there's a mass campaign to feminize black sons? Like, if you didn't believe it, just go visit the other 100 examples you see in the media. But anyway, what I'm probably like, I'll probably do something on Tamar Braxton later today because that little comment she made is just reflective of what women say on social media. But yeah, it is crazy. And Raining Woman is posting links to the other channel. So So hit those links and you'll stay in the loop with us. One day I might be on this channel. One day I might be on Donnie's channel. You ain't shit for watching. One day I might be on the Roger Report. Sometimes we're on the multiple channels on the same day, one after the other. That's how we do things, and it's a different way, and I've seen people do the network thing before as far as YouTube, you got various cliques in the black sector, and, and it's kind of like taking a page out of their book. And, but we do it better. In fact, we do it best. So if anybody thinks that's up for debate, hey, bring it. But anyway, that's it for now on this particular topic. uh, he may be her sacrifice, Kevin. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You just everybody dust off your tinfoil hats. Yeah. I think that this is not the end of it. This is not the end of it at all. Just like I said, just like I just said, dust off your tinfoil hats. It's gonna be a ride. All right. Like, share, subscribe, and Kev we trust. Goodbye. The habitual line steppers. Black men being brutally honest. A habitual line steppers production.